You have watched the NBA Finals on TV for basically 25 years.
Yep.
Has it hit you? You are actually now here right in the middle of it all, playing in them?
It hasn't hit me yet. We talked about, I think, game one. Well, I know game one of the Western Conference Finals, getting ready and getting prepared to go out there was like, I'm in the Western Conference Finals, So I think I've had that same feeling in game one of the NBA Finals, but it hasn't hit me yet. I mean, obviously it's different, we'll probably be at home, well, we would be at home, but in a higher seat in Staples, the facility, and you'd be around fans, and the city's like, oh, we in the finals, so you have more of a emotion about it, But right now it's not right now. I mean, but I'm pretty sure game one of the NBA Finals will for sure it'll get to me a little bit.
I am sure when you walk out there for tip-off, you will feel it. It is the NBA Finals. It wasn't a short road for you to get here.
Yep.
You played 7 years in the league. You only made the playoffs twice. You never made it out of the second round.
Yep.
How did that eventually start to affect you to know that you were never there at the end for that NBA conversation where the best of the best battled out?
I mean, it bothered me a lot. I mean, because at the end of the day, I want to win. I want to be able to compete for championships on a consistent basis. I want to be able to have those battles with the league's elite, and I have the opportunity to do so this year. I've had the opportunity to do so, and I did in New Orleans. The time that we made the playoffs, obviously playing against that Golden State team in 2018, and we had a good team as well. If DeMarcus don't get hurt, who knows what would have happened, and then. Also making the playoffs and playing Golden State that my first time as well. So I know what that feeling was like playing against elite players in a big time situation, big time moment. But to do it on a consistent basis and to do it in later rounds, the Western Conference Finals, the finals, that's where it really kicks in and really where you can make a name for yourself. And I always wanted to have that feeling, have that moment, have that pressure on me, and I have the opportunity to do so in this crazy season that we've been a part of, and now have a chance to do it in the NBA Finals.
Your parents just got out of quarantine here in the bubble.
Yep.
With all of the things along the way that they sacrificed for you, what does it mean to you to have them here, and what's it going to mean to them to see you out on that floor?
It means a lot, especially to my dad. I mean, my mom she's a fan, obviously, but my dad really gets into it. Like, he's like, we got to find a way to get in this bubble. I don't care if we have to quarantine for 10 days, 14, I don't care. I need to find a way to get in this bubble. So they finally got out. He's excited. Got out just in time for game one. So he's very excited to be here. And I was talking with Bron earlier. He didn't know my parents was here. And he was like, I said, man, your mom been a part of 9 because she's not here. 9 straight finals, so I'm like, this is my first one.
Yeah.
My parents here, they're excited, so I for sure had to have them come in and support me. But it's a great feeling to have them here. I know they're extremely proud of me. They tell me all the time. I'm happy that they can be here and watch me and support me and share this moment with me, because you don't get this moment all the time. There's a lot of players who haven't been to the NBA Finals or Conference Finals or even the playoffs and can share this moment with their family. And for me to have my parents here, like you said, who sacrificed so much for me and again, and for the game of basketball, I know they're extremely proud and excited to be here.
There's a little bit of a perception out there that LeBron just kind of buddied up and got close to you in the last couple years when he wanted you to come play for the Lakers. Of course that's not true.
Right.
He has been a big brother to you since you were a teenager. You were a kid at his basketball camps. What do you remember about the first time you met him?
Yeah, it's crazy because we just talked about this moment like last week.
Really?
Yes. I told him, it was a stat that came out about him, about he was first or second in like 10 different categories.
Right.
Because he's LeBron James.
Yep.
And I saw it on Instagram and I sent it to him and I said, and I had this like little heartfelt speech. And this is right before a game. And I was like, man, it's crazy how I never thought I would be in this moment not just, being here competing for a championship, but, you're a guy that a lot of people looked up to. You inspired a lot of kids, and I was one of those kids. And I told him I remember catching a Greyhound bus from Chicago all the way to Ohio for his camp by myself, 15 years old, and getting to his camp and remember like, yo, that's LeBron James. I was there at his camp when he had the decision. That was the same camp I went to. So it was like, so obviously he was there for a little bit, then he had to leave and go do that. So, but to be here now, playing alongside him to compete for a championship, it's like surreal, But meeting him for the first time was like a dream come true. And then once I got in the league, people don't understand I already knew Rich Paul like in high school. And so, from the AAU circuit and stuff like that. So, obviously him and Bron are really close, and I kind of, knew Bron especially when I got in the league throughout the years. Maybe my second year we got really close, and it kind of just been, a brotherhood from there. Big brother, little brother. He showing me the ropes, talking to me, and I also played with him in the Olympics in 2012.
Right.
So I knew him then as well. So, we just connected and stayed in contact. Anytime I had a question for him, he'll respond very quickly, and and we'll talk it out, and he always made sure I was good. Sometimes we hang out, so it was a friendship way before the trade. So and that's what people don't understand. They think it's all because I signed with Clutch that Brian got close to me, or me and Rich became close. Like I knew both of those guys way before I even got in the league.
You played in the Olympics with LeBron. You also played in the Olympics in 2012 with Kobe, who really took a shine to you. There is a great story I remember from then. You guys were blowing some team out, and Coach K is finally going to put the kid in, right? You're going to finally get your shot. Can you explain what happened and then what Kobe said?
Yeah, we're playing Nigeria, and it's crazy because the guys on the team, Bron, Melo, Chris Paul, Kobe, Tyson Chandler, Kevin Love, Andre Iguodala. These were the guys. So it was me and James. Russ was on that team. Me and James were the guys that they have 12 guys, but 10 really play. Right. And the other two guys they bring along just in case. And me and James Harden was those guys. And so I remember before the game James will get in before me, but before that game, James was like, "You think we're gonna play tonight?" And I'm like, "Well, I know I'm not playing tonight." So I was like, "You might." And so I remember we going up, we were winning like 60, or it was like a crazy blowout. And I looked at James, and I was like, "Man, we might go win tonight." And sure enough, Coach K calls me, "Anthony, go get Tyson." And I run over. I'm like, "Yes." Run over to the scores table. And we had like half zip hoodies, like half zip sweatshirts that we usually wear. So I zipped it fully down, and as I'm getting ready to take off, I look inside and I just saw a white shirt underneath.
No jersey.
No jersey. And so I zip it back up, and I'm running back, and I'm like, "Coach, I can't get in. I forgot my jersey." But I'm kind of whispering to him because I don't want everybody to know.
You don't want Kobe Bryant to know.
And he was like, "Wait, what'd you say?" I was like, so I'm kind of sitting down so I won't be in the way, and I'm like, "I forgot my jersey." And Sean Ford runs back he's going to get my jersey, and I sit down, and Kobe's like, "What are you doing? Go get in the game. This is your time. This is your moment." And I'm like, "I don't have my jersey." And he was like, "Wait, what?" And that's the picture you see with him looking inside my shirt and seeing nothing. We're laughing, and I was like so embarrassed. So I'm like, this is my moment to impress all the guys I looked up to, go out here and show them what I can do. And the first impression I make is, a guy going in with no jersey. So it was a cool moment, cool story. They always tease me about it to this day, and something I remember forever.
I like that you have said in the past that you now think of Kobe, right? When you get dressed for every game.
Make sure I got my jersey on. Put everything on. I always check and hit my chest, knowing, all right, I'm good to go. Always.
This Lakers team has dedicated the postseason to Kobe Bryant. You guys even have uniforms, the Black Mamba snakeskin uniforms. What does that mean to you to be dedicating this to Kobe?
It means a lot. He inspired every single guy on the team. He inspired this entire organization. He is this organization. Everybody on this team, Kobe has touched in some form. And, when they gave us those jerseys, we wear those jerseys with pride. We know how much he wanted for us to win this year. We know how much he wants us to dedicate our craft, to him, to his family, Gigi, the organization, and so we go out there every night, with the jerseys on or not, we go out there and play in his honor. But when we put those jerseys on, we for sure play with an extra, energy and effort, because we know that we can't lose in those jerseys. It's like a pride that we cannot lose in those jerseys, and not from a cockiness standpoint, but more so like if we lose in those jerseys, we just feel like we letting him down. Mm-hmm. And so we try to go out every night, especially when we wear those jerseys, and compete to the highest level and have that Mamba mentality that we speak about, because we know that he's watching over us, and he's extremely proud of us. We got this far, and he wants us to win. We have him on his side. So a lot of stats that came out about his numbers, the 8 and the 24, and it's always in our games, and it's like a sign. We look at it as a sign. Like it's crazy, how many signs come up during our games, that reference his numbers, and we just want to make him proud, and we got 4 more wins to do that.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.